My great friend came, she's a Shia, and I feel that I'm winning in proving even Shia Islam wrong. So what they've done is they've brought someone who's an ex-Jew trying. So anyways, even though my neighbors in London were ex-Jews, they here's Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji. Maybe such beautiful wisdom. He's crying. First time I've seen Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji in tears on YouTube. I am a sadhak. So, of course, they're going to try their best, the Shias, right, to prove me wrong. Indirectly, they won't do it directly. Um, if I don't know, maybe Gulzar Elia, you can see, does not sound like a man, right? But अब शियाओं का भी sorry to say कि वो like, you know, and then we have some Pathans, maybe from India and Indo-Pak Muslims who have created this, that they want to badnaam the spiritual, true, like Sri M said, stereotype spiritual gurus in so Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, um, like when 3M was saying in one of his videos, live streams, I went to, that there's some stereotypes and the badnaam karna cha rahe hain ye log in a very clever. How clever a friend of mine was, I cannot tell you, a Pakistani. She was younger than me, 3 years, 2 years younger, 3 years younger. Yeah, these Pakistani Indo, I think Muslims are very clever. So please watch out. Mahat, like there was this person, a cousin of mine had brought. He could read minds and he was K2 mountain में वो पता नहीं क्या नमाज़े वमाज़े पढ़ता था क्या करता था. अच्छा, they're not going to show that they're very religious in order, and they're going to show that they're Hindu from the Hindu sect or Hindu, or what you call it, right? Vishwanites or things like that, and sending subliminal messages against Hindus. And they have jinns, by the way, or chiefs, or in Pakistan. I heard that there was some man who was, he used to say he's the chief of, he took himself as the chief of jinns or something, Sardar, things like that. There's a very high level evil. They will drop a line somewhere like, Paramahamsa Vishwananda, being a Hindu, but I'll tell you something, he might mar the Hindu because he'll do something like there's a case against him in Germany, right? So very, very, they're extremely clever, covertly doing things against Hindu religion. So be very careful. I cannot put in words what they're doing and how they're doing it. And this is for some Shias, this is their piece of security. If you take away this piece of security from them, you know what happens? If you, like we had these Christian missionaries, and before that in Islam, converting people to, it really destroys it makes you very, very disturbed. This is why they, in India, against Mother Teresa, like rightfully, but then Mother Teresa said, be a Muslim, a true Muslim, or be a true Hindu, and like that. They were saying, that the missionary work, like converting people. For some people, it's not easy. You are destroying, you're disturbing them to no end, right? And that's how some Shias are also going to take this as a very, because you see, Shias have this. Oh, I may be naive, but I'm not that naive, right? Some Shias, their psychological security depends on this Imam Hussein. You say Hussein, and even today, my heart, like it's conditioned. So some Shias also will not take it. Like, we're happy with the religion, Shia Islam. Who are you to disturb our the thing, right? And then you take it. You take the whatever you feel, but because that security, because Imam Hussein gives you that security, Imam Ali gives you that security. They won't barter it for anything in the world, not for these. And they will bring in Hindu thing that sati hai or ye hai. Well, Hindus, we're not going into Hinduism, right? So Shias are also going to give me a very hard time. And if India was with America, and maybe that was not liked by some people, also that, India was with Israel, America, Hindus. Pakistan won't like that. So I'm crushed like a sandwich in all of that. Politics, there's religious politics, there's religious security. They're not going to see that. They're going to tell me that no, Shia, we have not done any terrorism. Why are you coming against us and saying things against us? So this, maybe in my personal life, I realized there's reincarnation, but maybe a Shia didn't. Many Shias have not. So for them, but they're not going to come and be understanding and all this. They will definitely, they know my psyche, they know my psychological thing, and they're going to do it indirectly, send subliminal messages. So this the problem here with Shias also. You see, I told Mariam, like, when, so she said, so, like, but that's not the reason why that Imam Mahdi hasn't come as yet, and why did I go through all this? We are told in the Quran that you can go through believers when the uh, hearts came up to the throats here. And a Shia is going to tell me that even if your heart comes up to the throat here, and I was saying that Noah, because you're not in my place. When my heart was coming up to this throat, not once, until I slept, right? So you're going to tell me, "Huh, this is a great security." So it's not that Imam Mehdi has not come, and I was just like like sometimes the right word doesn't, the right thing, Mariam, but Imam Mehdi didn't come for us, my mother, your mother, like that, when we were suffering. But that's not the reason why I left Shia Islam or Islam altogether. Because you see, if I say I'm an ex-Muslim, the Sunnis might think that I was a Sunni, but I wasn't a Sunni. So I had to put here ex-Shia. When you leave Shia Islam altogether, this means I've left. And please, I'm not bringing politics or Jews. Jews may be the best. Christians. Christians. Do you think I was born yesterday or today? No, I wasn't born today or yesterday. In Karachi, I was thinking, whatever is going on, maybe my father goes to Nishta Park, bomb blast. Which orphanage would I choose? Habib orphanage, my own Shia orphanage, or like I was Darul Sakun? I would choose a Christian orphanage because I've met Sister Gertrude, and from the Christians I get this joyful vibes. I would have been long time ago. I would have been a Shia, oh sorry, a Christian, long time ago. You know, Adam Seeker. So what happened is even Rob Christian. So I was getting all this information from Sira International, but not so much as about against Shia Islam. It was all against Sunni Islam, all the Sunni sources and all this. So, but I said that I'm getting all this information from Dr. Fadi. He's a Christian, ex-Muslim Christian, and when you're a Christian, you get a lot of, and that's what they're showing us here. You know, Adam Seeker, he's got so much knowledge, and it's, of course, so after I said, no, I have to contribute a little bit, even if it's 1 pence, 1 penny, that's from British, but 1 cent, because I'm taking information from them. So मेरा क्या जाता है अगर मैंने, I gave 3.2.5 dirhams, 2.5 dirhams, right? And then I canceled the membership. So I'm not a Sira member, but after 1 month it'll be cancelled. I mean, I am a C, but I don't, but not for the membership, just for contributing a little bit. What is 2.5 like that? Then I saw Adam Seeker coming on after the membership. So, he's a Pakistani ex-Muslim. He gets all the attention from Rob Christian, उसको सर पे बिठा के रखा है. तो ये बता रहे हैं कि the world is for Christianity now, right? And if I wanted to become a Christian, a long time ago, I would have become a Christian. Darul Sakunti, Sister Gertrude, I met her personally. I've gone to Darul Sakun in childhood also, one time in childhood. I know Sister Gertrude, but now she's no more. Yeah, she is a great. I get so much joy being with Christians, but I did not choose Christianity. I have a picture on Facebook with Sister when in CAS later on also. I went to Darul Sagan, a Dutch nun in Pakistan. We Pakistanis leave that kachra. The Pakistanis. We had a UAE passport. My mother and I were not leaving Karachi. My friend was already here in Dubai. She's from Canada, but preferring to be in Dubai. Pakistanis would kill their mother to sell their mother, we used to say, to come to Dubai. Orphans also, unfortunately. But I would have told her, I'm not a Christian, right? So, no, but I would have joined Darul Sakun, preferred to join Darul Sakun. And there was Dr. Fo. We don't have a lady, Shia lady like this. But that doesn't mean that I would change my religion. If I wanted, I would have become a Christian long time ago. So, uh, I mean, I have no words for this. I can't even say salutations unending. She died on Miss Desa's birthday, 10th August. We lost. Any of you who don't know me, I'm winning. You see, और अब शियाओं का भी प्रॉब्लम आ गया है. 1%. Imagine how hard it was. And here, in the UAE, if they find their UAE anywhere doing what, they will apostasy, they will kill me. Torture, perpetual torture. अभी तक जाहिलत नहीं गई है. You know, I thought अभी तक अरबों में वो जाहिलत है. Torture and such strict, like they can really torture you, sexually torture you, in the prison. My grandmother was from here. Uh, Sexually torture करते हैं. So I can understand. My life is like this, and I had to end up here. Financial help from Abu Dhabi. Unfortunately, I could have called out. I could have called out to a Christian. Help me, take me out of here. So, anyways, if you get out of this religion, like the way I'm showing you, uh, you see this best religion and hypocrisy, और फिर आप लोग, the Gokuls lived in London for a long time. They were a very good, great family and all this, but I have to leave this religion because my reason doesn't appeal to my reason the way I've shown you. There are discrepancies. From one side, Quran comes. No matter how much security Imam Hussein gave us, that we were crazy. Like we couldn't find a person like Imam Hussein. I could have become an Ismaili. You know how much I love His Highness Aga Khan. I was crying so much. But no, I'm not going to become an Ismaili. I'm going to use my reason. I left security and all this, my own psychological security. You know what a treacherous world this is. When you're alone, it's even more treacherous. And now you can see the true colors of even Shias. They want security. Imam Hussein, my father, although he was mean at times and all this, but when it comes to Mazlum Imam Hussein, ज़ियारतें व्यारतें बढ़ लंदन से जाता था कराची के मुझे कराची का मुहर्रम करना है. London, when we used to live in London childhood, he would take us back to Karachi, but sometimes at our school, he would go himself to Karachi. Karachi ka Muharram karna hai mujhe. I have to do the Muharram in Karachi. He wouldn't stay in London for Muharram. So, of course, you see Gulzar Elia and Haris Sultan and they're showing you all this. अच्छा ghazwa and वो, they're showing you Sunni sources, which is very easy to be disgusted. When I was reading this, I was like, but I had heard that there were ridiculous things about Moses and Rasulullah also, and the Ummul Mumineen and all this. So, of course, it's going to put you off completely. So I don't know how the Sunnis are still Muslims. And I don't know how the Shias, it was a bit difficult because they've turned around. They have made it so beautiful. Okay, Brahman Husseini से हुसैन हुसैन करते हैं. अभी आया था, आए थे, वो कौन थे? Tribute to Hussein, Sikh tribute to Hussein, this tribute to Hussein, that tribute to Hussein. अभी वो सुल्तान सलातीन पूछ रही थी गुलजार एक्स जू को बिठा के, पता नहीं किस कश्मीरी को बिठा के एक्स जू कर दिया. उसको पूछ रही थी कि उनको पूछ रही, शी वाज आस्किंग हिम that this what do the Jews think about this? Jews are not afraid of these Muslims, or are they? Maybe they are, but God has helped them because you see, Israel is right in between Gulf Arabs, Muslims. So my father was saying the Jews' mind. So everything I've known about Jews' mind, Jews lobbying in America, everything. Even that some were saying 9/11 was done by the Jews. So very few people will tell you this that I'm about to tell you. They will not like it. That security is at stake. ठीक है उधर they'll give their life for Imam Hussein and live for Ahl Bayt. But you see, that security, that religious security is at stake. They would not like to hear this. So, what was I going to show you here? Why am I on Bhakti Marga? Anyways, I've forgotten. Shias are, when I was doing these videos, they sent me Sayyid Zeenat's eldest son's presence here. And I was like, you know, and he is saying that don't worry for me, don't, Bibi Zainab is with me and all this, right? Now, Imam Musa Kazim's Sayyid. Imam Musa Kazim, we are told, 14 years, he was in a cell put in by this Mamun Harun Abbasi. And he was bent 14 years. He couldn't stand up straight in the cell, jail. Jailed by the Sunni Umayyad, I'm sorry, Abbaside has now started. So Harun al-Rashid. Shias are not going to like this. It is their religious, they love Imam Hussein like crazy. They can't think. So, and they can't read these verses. Yes, the best religion, the worst hypocrisy, they'll say. और वो बनी कुरेज़ा का क्या मैंने सुन लिया, तो अब सब गालिब कमाल के पीछे होंगे. You see, that's why my grandmother was saying, and my father, don't go into deep. Like scientists, they are working. दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा क्या? I mean, I was thinking, even the Shias don't want you to go deep studying because your mind will go off. Or you know what will happen to you? You'll see the truth between the lines. And they don't want to use reason. Let's say an ex Sunni comes to me and says, you know, I became a Shia. I'll say, God help you. But you know, I know that they don't apply reason like their pattern is not this Shia pattern. They still, like this person was asking, you know, shall I become a Shia? I was like, please no. I was inside my heart. I was saying no, but then I think I did comment and say that. So they're watching my comments and all this. They they think I've become a Shia because you know I'm emotional. My father told me once that he thinks I'm emotional and I never apply reason. But from childhood, I remember applying my reason with a case in London. Where is right? Where is wrong? Applying reason. In my hard cases, I don't apply reason. I go by intuition and impulsively. अकल इस्तेमाल करें ना अकल. And more to see if you have the insight. Someone should teach you how to use your insight into these matters, seep through. So that is out of the way, right? Christianity, I would have become the first Christian. You know how much Adam Seeker is getting attention. And he has knowledge, he's like very fast and all this. Christians are giving him a lot of attention. But because he also has knowledge, not only because he's a Christian now, I'm alone. Sometimes, if I see things against Hindus, although I don't mean that Hindus are right in everything, or that America is, I showed you, America is the number one terrorist. Noam Chomsky has also said it. And we know about it, I've heard it. So, if you may apply reason, my father used to say, apply reason. Okay, I get emotional, but when I'm showing you with reason, and even if you, after leaving, of course, the Sunnis, after leaving, they won't be able to leave Islam so easily. Maybe some ex Muslims have left. You know, I'm also in a cognizant dissonance about them. I can't believe because until this day it hurts me. I'm struggling every second of the way. You know, after doing my live stream here, मैं लमलेट हो जाती हूँ in pain. And when I listen to myself, so the Sunnis who become Shias, definitely they'll run to Jiddu Krishnamurti has said, very difficult, you'll go back to your religion. Dr. Deepak Chopra, who listened to Jiddu Krishnamurti, could not do this alone. You know how it is alone, naked, bulkul, alone, like not going back to your religion, your dharma, or anything. Standing alone, without security of any kind. I became so weak that I felt that I was becoming a hypocrite. चले हम थोड़ा शेखों की you know चमचागिरी करें ये करें वो करें really like living somewhere where I have to keep quiet. And have I become a chamchagir? Have I become a flatterer? Yes, I'm scared of the sheikhs and the punishments they give here and all this. I'm scared. So I'm bringing out my vulnerability, my weaknesses, I'm telling you. But for once, if you can see without that security, when I was dying and all this, I was reading about Shahid Baltistani's no or someone else's. क्या कि मैं हुसैन का आशिक हूँ मुझसे तो मौत भी आके कॉन्वर्सेशन करती है और लेफ्ट मी. But if you're concerned about your own security, then you can't come here. You can't take me. You won't be able to. And don't try to indirectly, you know, ex Jew attract me because I won't be attracted. You understand? So stop your nonsensical things against me. कितने खराब हैं. Jews could be very terrible, ex-Jew or whatever so-called ex-Jew was saying. You can't hug her. I couldn't hug my cousin now that she has become a Jew, practicing Jew. So, look at the truth here. जस्टिस करने नहीं आता, जस्टिस का नाम ले रहे हो. मजलूमों को जानते नहीं हो, मजलूमों के नाम ले रहे हो. मजलूम असल में कौन है जानते नहीं हो, फिर मेरे बाप की तरह हो जाओगे, मेरी दादी की तरह हो जाओगे. Even when Zakira was thrown out of Defense Imam Barga because of her bad character. I come from London. Why did she get out of Defense Imam Barga? No. Bas. Then came some other Mariam Hassan. अरे ऐसी अच्छी ज़ाकिराती मजलिस के बाद जो उसको फील होता था. I saw her, but she wasn't good. We had to ask her to. We stopped. So many who do Hussein, 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 Zakira in Defense Imam Barga, reciting majlises. So if you want peace and security, and Imam Hussein gives you peace and security, and you, because what he did, he brought a revolution. He did. You think he didn't disturb the living daylights out of Jews, Christians? You think there were no? Of course, the Quran says there was some good, but many were bad. Now, how many Shias will tell me? How many were good Muslims at that time? Prophet Muhammad's time. Do you want to see? I hope I don't forget this time. I'll show you. According to Shias. Saqifa. What happened? How many were true Muslims? Huh? How many are Salman Farsi? Muhammad was on his deathbed. Died. They didn't bury him. Who buried him? What happened in Saqifa? Americans did this. Jews did it. Yes, Jews. Jews did this. No, no, you're supposed to go and massacre these Jews because they deserve massacring. This is what your religion, your Hussein's grandfather has taught you. Massacre the Jews, massacre them wherever you find them. You liars. Now don't let me open my mouth against you. You liars. कुछ खुदा का खौफ करो अभी तुम लोग शिया भी. Right? Who are you? You are the owners. Come here. Come here. What a politeness with my friend. She's, you know, you want to be shameless? I had to be diplomatic? अरे तुम लोग जैसे जालिम मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में नहीं देखे. इस टायरेंट को डिफेंड करना और इसके नवासे पे रोना. तुम लोग जैसे लायर्स शिया मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में नहीं देखे. You are worse than Sunnis. Christian Prince was right. You are worse than Sunnis, I tell you. You Shias are worse than Sunnis. Apostasy, झूठ बोल के हमें cover up करके, my father and all this. Massacring because they spread rumors. Well, if the Quran has lied against Jews, most of them, what are you going to say? Huh? What if this Quran has done sedition? Who will you get now? What if your prophet, I have proved it that he's a hypocrite himself. This book is coming from one side. It's not Allah's book. Because every time he made a mistake in the Quran, we are told he was forgiven, dissolution of oaths. I showed you in Surah Fat ayat where he remained behind. The reason what Sunni sources say is that the pagan Arab idol worshippers were naked, going around circumambulating the Kaaba, and he couldn't see it. What they have been doing for years, he could not see it anymore. And he remained behind. The Shia say that he was very busy. So Surah Tawbah, he sent Abu Bakr first as a leader of the Hajis, pilgrims, to Makkah, and then he sent this Surah Tawbah ayat came, and God told him that only from your family can recite this, true righteous believer or whatever. तुम लोग जैसे झूठे शियाज मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में नहीं देखे. Because the progeny devils थे. And if I say Imam Hussain was a devil, your psychology you would not bear. तुम लोगों की security at stake है. But what was at stake here you don't see. If the hypocrites and those in whose hearts there is a sickness, when I have proven he's a hypocrite through reason, through the Quran ayats, I've proven in his heart is a sickness. Why? How? Surah Azab ayat 37. But you give excuses for him. I've proven how, I've shown it. Akamedipuya on one hand says this, on the other hand, under another ayat, this evil progeny. Of course, it's come from the Imams, right? You can't have a consistency in your thought. Who is the hypocrite? Define a hypocrite. One day he says something, he doesn't mean it. Another day he says something else. A liar also is like this, right? Hypocritical liar. He's blaming the Jews, so you can massacre them. Do not desist from their vile acts. What's scandal mongers? First he was in Medina, policies are bad. Okay, you may understand because we're told infants they used to bury alive and all this. Now we're told the Jews of Medina are also bad. But were they not living peacefully? Okay, skirmishes they were having, but this kind of massacre did not happen. And you may say that the best came to them, but they could not believe in him. So they became hypocrites. And then what do you say to us? Jihad, it happens. Qatilu का नाम तो लिया नहीं आप लोगों ने, शियाओं ने. All the time, jihad, jihad. Jihad Akbar, the greatest jihad is against yourself. Are, the greatest jihad is against yourself. Qatilu का नाम नहीं लिया है. Did you ever say that this happened? You didn't say this. O you who believe, fight those of the disbelievers who are close to you. Jihad hai, jihad. Ye jihad hai. Against whom? Now that you've subdued, look at the background, Surah Tawbah ka background. You Shias, followers, Sayyids, you've subdued. Your great, 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 great grandfather. Taken out. Declaration of immunity against polytheists. Okay, you've taken them out, you've expelled them from Makkah. Until they hear the word of Allah. Give them security for what? Then lead them to the place of safety. Come now, liars. Come, liars. Shia liars. You know what you will? I will not have this. That you mislead children. I've seen who is a hypocrite here. I've proved it. If you are happy with this hypocrite, tyrant, good for you and his grandson. मजलूमियत पे रोते हो, मजलूम का मातम है. How he's building you up to even fight with your adjacent neighbor, even if it's your father. He's the one who can't live with Abu Bakr, Umar, Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan can live with him as long as, why say against their gods? He's the one who broke their idols. He's the one who you can't live with your neighbor now. You believers. What kind of believers are you? Well, where Karbala comes, and then you say when all avenues of peace have been closed, then do jihad. No, it's qatalu. That's what Prophet Muhammad did and told you to do. अरे शराफत से मैं बोल रही हूँ, तुम समझते नहीं हो. जब raise my voice, no one of you will come. शेर खुदा के मानने वालों आ जाओ. Don't send Maria, my friend, to me. Send Safdar Kashmiri. Send that stabber. Come, you stabber of Sir Salman Rushdie. Who knows? You know, after Salman Rushdie wrote that book, people started to say in Pakistan that he's a British spy. He's a British agent. बेचारे उनको सबको स्टैब करवा दिया. शायद कश्मीरी एजेंट था. खुद बच गया. हाँ, लंदन में खुद बच गया. What were we told? Sorry, I have to say, bring this out because recently I got the feeling they said just do not be going too much into this grieving. He's 75 years old, and yes, I do condemn the stabbing and all this. But just imagine if I was a book writer and some people got stabbed because I'm doing this. Let's say, God forbid, a YouTuber, you go and kill the YouTuber, owner of the YouTube. How will I feel? I would want to kill myself, wouldn't I? So in Pakistan, when Salman Rushdie, and only in Pakistan I heard that Salman Rushdie was a British agent, and they wanted to badnaam the Islam or something. They were using him. They were using Salman Rushdie. Britishers. That's what I heard. Right? So, some Muslims, they can put their lives in danger, but what danger? 10 years in prison, 20 years, as long as they get all those stabbed. Recently, I learned that Sir Salman Rushdie was a Kashmiri. You know what I mean? What happens? उधर फैलाया पाकिस्तान में कि Salman Rushdie is a British agent. That's why the British have made him write this book, Satanic Verses. And now they're defending him. They're protecting him. You know what treacherous grounds I'm walking on? It's a treacherous world. You don't know if you can trust the person who wrote against Prophet Muhammad. He's a British agent, right? He gets all the others stabbed. when you know Khomeini has brought this fatwa against you, what did they do? They got all the printers, this, that, stabbed. I never read his interview, but for once did he ever see, I don't know, about those who got killed, stabbed to death, publishers. So be aware of Kashmiris, not British agent, maybe Kashmir Muslim agent. Shukar Allah. Qurban. Today I've realized, actually, when he got stabbed, the next day some feeling came that don't grieve for him too much. I was like, what? And a certain bad feeling started to come in my. I was like, what? And I'm looking at, like, who shall I look at? What are you telling me? No, not a British agent. Oh my God. So, anyways, in my craziness, this happens to me. Some things are revealed which could be. In Pakistan, it was everywhere that he's a British agent and the British fell against Britons, British people, against Britain. He's a British agent. I don't know why they went against Britain. And when I was a child, his Midnight, my uncle had bought this novel of his, Midnight Children. Could it be, and I used to think, oh God, it's like he's written about my life. Although I didn't read the story, could it be he could be connected to Safdar Kashmiri and his younger brother, Kashmiri, Midnight Children? Or maybe he could have written a book on the children, street children. Oh, so could the Kashmiris be jealous that my mother and I, because you see, these Pakistanis also, another thing is, have been very jealous of the Khoja Sindhis. They wouldn't want it. They couldn't. Chagla. I just have to put Chagla here. My mother's uncle, I think. Oh my God. So for a little while, I was like jarred and very disturbed. Who are the Britishers going to, aren't they going to feel guilty for these stabbings? Khomeini's fatwa? You know what I mean? I don't know, but it came to me recently. Maybe they didn't want me to grieve too much for Salman Rushdie because my health was going anyways. Did he get killed? Just recently, there was no, and they were discussing the conspiracy. So after going through that Arman Nawabi and now Armin Nawabi was on the conspiracy by the U.S. He was saying, just saying, but of course I was also just saying that this is thank you to America. Thank you to America for Russia and Ukraine. So, can you believe it? Army Nawabi and Haris Sultan together, but Army Nawabi was telling Haris Sultan about the conspiracy of the USA. It's just there, and I don't believe in it, but and against that politician, Indian politician, also started to talk. So I found Army Nawabi quite prejudiced against Indian politician. Maybe he's never been in this position, but as a politician, so Haris Sultan cornered him and said, "What do you think about the French president then? You're Westerner, European." He says the French president made what did the French president say against um, Islam? Ah, what has French President Macron said to outrage the Muslim world? Euro News. Macron denied attacking Islam, saying France has no problem with the religion which is practiced by millions of people. He denies saying anything. Why are Muslims protesting against French President Emmanuel Macron? So Armin Nawabi was like, she could have said this Indian that, cannot stoop so low as to what you stoop low to, you Muslims. This could also be a conspiracy against Indians. They may have provoked them so much that an Indian said this politician at the अरे कभी अच्छा beef beef अच्छा मारे cow lynching vigilance God knows what is happening in India and God knows what's happening in America. But you'll give me subliminal messages through an ex-Jew. So-called ex-Jew. So sorry, I wish good health for Salman Rushdie. Right? But I had this. I'm not sure this is going on. There was a sinister, there's like this presence here when I was grieving for Salman Rushdie a lot. Like, oh my God, this is terrible. As Irani, no, a sympathizer of the Iranian regime, mullahs, did this to him, a Shia sympathizer. After one day or something, I had this feeling coming in like very negative. Kashmiri agent. I was like, what's going on here? Why this is uh, I think you don't want me to grieve too much to death for Salman Rushdie, right? So maybe that conspiracy theory that they were discussing could have been that Salman Rushdie himself this time gave in and didn't want security and became a true sir. I don't know. But what came to me was that he was not a British agent, but I don't know. But I'm just saying what came to me, a conspiracy type. You know, conspiracies are coming to me. Uh, Army Nawabi would call me an idiot, maybe to protect my life from the Americans indirectly, because I would say thanks to America for creating Khomeini and installing Khomeini in Iran, then making Saddam Hussein fight with Khomeini. War to destroy the Gulf. बच्चे नहीं हैं अभी, we were not born. Army Nawabi could have been born after me, but we're not born. I've heard these things. So I know quite a lot. Agent. So this, so actually I clicked on YouTube on a video on Salman Rushdie, listening to the interview. I didn't know he was a Kashmiri. Just recently, when they had told me this, coincidentally, I went to a video where in the interview he says, like, or that he's a Kashmiri origin. I was like, I didn't know this. But I shouldn't let my prejudice come in the way against Kashmiris. Dr. Farozi Ahmad, Ambar Ayub, Safdar, Kashmiri, his younger brother. So please be very, very careful. I'm walking on such treacherous grounds I cannot tell you. I mean, a Muslim would go to such extent, such length, go to such an extent, such a length to tell the world that the Britishers are protecting me. And you know what? Before Khomeini even brought that fatwa out, or I knew about the fatwa, Pakistan was this thing on a British agent. Salman Rushdie is a British agent. Britishers badnaam ho gaye. British agent. Conspiracies were going on against Britain. Why are they protecting Salman Rushdie? He's a British agent. See, they made him Sir Salman Rushdie. Ah, he's a British agent, Sir Salman Rushdie. They gave him the title of Sir Salman Rushdie. But hey, British agents. Yes, British agent. Pakistan. Salman Rushdie. Britain ko maro, pakro. Like, in that movie, the president, the American president. Yeah, beat the shit out of them. Take them out and beat the shit out of the Britishers. They're against Islam. They hate Islam. See, the Quran ayat is true. These Christians. But then, is the Quran ayat true about this? Irish bombing. So, conspiracy, British agent. Allah bachar, Britain is, if I was I would say that no, the British are not, but life has to be. Write another book and say that life for Britain. British agents, हाँ Jews है ना Jews, Britain में Jews हैं. Even even Jemima is a British agent. British agent है ना Jemima. Jemima. Jemima is a British agent. Jemima, British agent. British agent है. Even Shias are Shias are Jews agent. Ibn Saba ने शिया को बनाया. Saima Pir, Sunnis. Jemima is a British agent, a Jewish British agent. And you're going to protect Nawaz Sharif, you Pakistanis. Nawaz Sharif, she was pregnant for God's sake. Case against Jemima. Hmm? तुम लोग इतने इतने शेमलेस हो कि मैं बता नहीं सकती हूँ. पाकिस्तानी, कश्मीरी, good riddance to the man who tried to get me jailed while I was pregnant. British agent है, Jewish agent. लानत है तुम लोगों पे. Your own, what I'm now using Ziyarat Warisa against the Sayyid Shias. लानत अल्लाह अलैक उम्मतन जुलमत का वल्लान अल्लाह अलैक उम्मतन qatalat का. The Jews are not taking it seriously as I am. Huey. But of course, you're going to rub it in to me. Being a Shia, you're still for a Hussein, and you don't want me to say Huey. And you will ask a Jew, ex Jew, how are the Jews taking it? Sultan Salatin asked an ex Jew because I was there. How are the Jews taking this as if they are afraid? As if they are going to, they take the Holocaust, he said. One day, right? How many days Holocaust? And the Jews are after, they actually don't want to, aren't you after money? Wouldn't you if you get a better job? Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi left Karachi, got a better job in London. Shia, eldest son of his mother who's not well. His two brothers went into army, Pakistan army training and all this. He himself married, he got his cousin, he left for London. इधर मुझे जॉब नहीं मिलता है, सही नहीं है, प्रिंटिंग न्यूज़पेपर. No, Zahra, I am going to MSN Messenger टाइपिंग कर रहे हैं, चैट कर रहे हैं. His mother saying, I was like, maybe I should go for bar, as you wish, to me. Eh, and this Shia Sayyid, उसको सही वो चांस मिला, ब्राइबरी मिली, क्या मिला मिला, चले गया लंदन। अरे बाबा, आप लोग कराची में बैठे ना आए, कराची में बैठे हैं। सुन्नी, अगर आप लोग मुसलमान हैं, प्लीज कम टू कराची। योर पाकिस्तानीज वेर एवर, लाहौर है, सुन्नी है ना, योर, आई वुड आस्क द शियास टू लीव पाकिस्तान इफ दे वांट टू, but some of them, their family members, they can't. So, not that I now care for you, Shias. I think that Ismaili, there was someone there when I said, he said, I can't be bothered to save the 12 Shias. And I was like, what? Come on, right? Because mujhe ab milega, ab, now I realize that this wise Ismaili Imams, uh, uh, followers, what are they called? Dais and all. देखो, पछताओगी तुम, because how you know, इस इमाम को, इस्माइली इमाम को, आपको पता है शिया क्या बोलते हैं? डोंट ओपन माय माउथ। शिया 12 निजिस, पता नहीं क्या, फॉल्स इमाम, और ये लोग या अली मदद, या अली मदद, या अली मदद। इनका पता है सलाम भी, thank God no, the 55 Ismailis were shot. And I have a Ismaili brother on Facebook. He's telling me, why are you sad? Enjoy life, this and that. I said, आपको पता है 55 Ismailis, and he was crying for me that you are always ill. I said, no, no, don't. 50 Ismailis shot in Karachi. My heart, I used to hear things about Ismailis, that they have some Hindu things in them and all this. 45, it says here. Somewhere it said 55. But anyways, now 45, huh? Must include 55. 13 injured. Acha. Ismaili Shia Muslims. Acha, 12 Shias ka heart, pata nahi, I don't know how you can, let's save them. Why are you? No, no. If when I got a chance on the internet, I become a little like save, save. How save is His Highness Aga Khan. I just hope. So first I went into the Ismaili, whichever pages net to read. नाच से होता है बाबा। तो अभी वो सलीम लालानी कहता है कि ये तो नाच है ही नहीं इनकी, कट हो गई। But there was Imam Jafar Sadiq's this thing. I can't take this anymore. So Imam Musa Kazim and all that. And look at this. No, no, I cannot show you. वैसे भी I'm under apostasy, death penalty, and life and imprisonment. So I'm thinking house arrest, I'd go against the sheikhs. But my own Awqaf here would put me on, you know, like don't say anything to us. Don't say anything against Hussein, anyone. Even if it's on the right, like I see, don't say, even now, I get this thing from Shias. Like, don't say anything to Imam Hussein. So if you have your emotional attachment to Imam Hussein, don't you think Ismailis have their emotional attachment to their Imam? So the reason why I did not become an Ismaili is because the Imam here, I tried to quit smoking so that I could become Ismaili. Maybe I couldn't quit smoking, I lost my chance. And then I went into reading myself. This is the way to do it, not to hurt someone unnecessarily, unless you have to expose. Like now, the danger, like I see, in this Paramahamsa Vishwananda, like in India, the Pathans of India, Muslim. Maybe there's something here. Yahya Khan did a lot of zulm. Muslims. ये मुगल ग़ज़वा हिंद आ गया है. You don't know how these people are working. Doesn't she look like a little bit like that? तो इंडिया के अगेंस्ट तो आएगा और बहुत सारा हुआ है. तो आप कहेंगे कि पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट जो अमेरिका ने किया है, और अमेरिका से पहले Muslim Pathans. Please be very careful, huh? They now, it's not only they're speaking against, it's a very systematic, it's like coming in your religion, in your dharm. Ethnic Afghans. Rule in the Indian. See, it's very clever way to do it. Like they will become a guru and they will learn all this they have learned. जब हम born भी नहीं थे, they've learned. Do you see this? Then what will happen? Paramahamsa Vishwananda with whom? With and Sri M saying stereotype भी है हमारे पास. Gurus. They enjoy a lot of limelight also. And cases against, you see, former disciple Sarah Landry exposes the atrocities children faced. Do you see this? मेरा तो दिमाग खराब करेगा ये. You see, because these Pathans, they could not stand other people coming up. And he comes originally from a Pathan family. I've known this in Pakistan. It happened to my mother's relative, Chagla. They want name, fame, and they want to rise. Also, at the same time, kill two birds with one stone. You see this case? Atrocities children faced. So what happens is Nitya Ananda And they're trying their best to tell me, no, he's not your enemy, Paramahamsa Vishwananda Asad Khan. You see this? And in this shock I've remained. I didn't want this. This is not what I need, do I? I don't need this. Where is, Pakistan I can't even call the Indian spy agency to check on this. Please check on this. देखिए मेरा दिमाग इधर, it will go for Paramahamsa Vishwananda, because you see it's a very like subtle, we get, oh, who has come now? Babaji. We haven't seen him. I called him. I couldn't find him. Right? Now they're using Babaji. I tell you, these Indo-Pak Muslims, they're very, very clever. Look, Dr. Ahmed in her youth, she had this kind of a picture on the left, like this lady has. Kashmiri.
Shaker Dave, everyone. Sorry, I was a bit.
Please, ye Pathan, they're very, very clever. The New World Order, yeah, it could be, but these Pathans are very clever. See, they are.
Remember that the Satguru is responsible for taking the devotees and disciples to Bhagavan himself.
I am the Param Guru, Guru of one Gurus. Why didn't he come to Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji? I'm available to everyone in present time, which has not been possible. Why? Why hasn't it? Ask yourselves these questions. Why hasn't it been possible? किसी जिन को तो नहीं लेके यूज कर रहे हैं पठान origin. And Kashmiri is mixed. You can't tell. You can tell by their vulgarity. Kashmiri के थोड़ा वो cheapness है. They're not as refined and level-headed as Britishers. Oh, I mean the Westerners. Some crudeness is in them, like they'll say some bad words and all. Safdar bhi kehta tha, like, very. So, be careful. They appeal these kind of, what treason is. So why couldn't he be available? Huh? There's so many gurus in India. Look at the way my mind is going now. Just showing you, I'm available to everyone in present time, which has not been possible in other time frames. Why? Why? But and also not directly, right? Through this person and that person. How can we trust them? Even as a Shia, I was wondering, how can I trust that this Maulana, this, when I was reading Al Kafi, who is the best, who is true? So much happened in my life, I could not trust a Shia even. Like spiders in a web, humanity roams like the annals and corridors of time and space. Look, last time I did this, I got a very bad luck. The devil is here. Ye Paramahamsa Vishwananda is connected with Pathan family, very rich, in London, Northampton. Please be careful. Corridors of time and space returning again and again into the earth's low frequency. Why didn't he come to Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji? He's the best guru ever. ये तो ऐसा बेइज्जत कर देता है. He insults, Paramahamsa Vishwananda. It's time to rise up with the Satguru. Why didn't he come to Isha Foundation Satguru? I mean, they've rugrified their, you know, Sadhguru has traveled to save the earth, soil. This Babaji. And you know what this thing is? Please check. Please open your eyes. They're playing around. This Sadhguru, if you won't, I will do my best. But they do get me to thinking, ये लंदन में ये इसके साथ था, this, that. You see, Shri M started this before, and the mantra is the same. Have you noticed? Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hare Om. ये क्या ridiculous बातें हैं, right? I mean, a Sadguru would say what? Well, someone made a movie, and so they're making a joke of also Hindus, because you see, the Muslims are going to sit and laugh at this. Right? So please be careful. They might get my mind again, or that accident happened where I could not open my computer and feed the card or something, and then the police thing came. Message came on my that I've gone to these websites and all it's not because of Hindu, it's because of Pathan and Kashmiri Jadoo. You see this Shri M, he looks like Mr. Naeem. Mr. Naeem used to insult me in and this friend of mine, she used to laugh like a donkey. What is this? Loony Laila and all this. When I was depressed during, my Miss Tisa thing. But I never ever in my heart even said what a bee. But this same friend who used to laugh at Mr. Name, the accounts teacher, saying things against me, making fun of me in class, picking on me, I lost a total, this thing in, gaslighter. He was a gaslighter. He wanted me to, he thought maybe I'll give him attention more. Sir, please. But I didn't, right? I kept a silent dignity, dignified, sober, sobriety. Let him say what he wants to say against me. Never in my heart or head did I abuse him. But Saima Peer in CS, one teacher later on, she told me, I wasn't there that day. I used to miss a lot. She told me that the economics teacher Say, what's this? Remove this gujja bunch of hair on in front of your eyes and forehead. She said, what a bitch. Like that to me. And she knew that I had told her before also not to say F word like that, right? So, अच्छा जब मिस्टर नईम अकाउंट्स टीचर मेरे पीछे पड़ा हुआ था ना like maybe for more attention from me because he was now giving Saima Peer more attention than me. She was laughing with him and not saying a word against him. ऐसे friends I've never seen in my life. Only Pakistanis. If you want justice for yourself, you need to also be just for another. So this person, Sri M, looks like that account teacher. And he started his book. I've bought his book here, I have it. Babaji and all this. See, his guru, he started with this Mahavatar Babaji. And he was a Muslim. Now, no one has seen, even the Hindus now were, like he was telling them about when his book on Shunya, he was saying, no one would believe me, I know, and he's laughing like that and making, like a Mr. Naeem. Don't do it. You Pathans, wherever you are, I'm going to stop you and I'm not scared of you. Understand? So, they could also be like, this Islam is going down. Well and good. We're going to pull, anyways, we're pulling down this dharma. Anyways, they're doing it. Haris Sultan is helping them. Ghalib Kamal is helping them also. But the big shaitan are these who are in this. How do you know? How do you know that he met Mahavatar Babaji? It's his story. It's not your story. Please be very careful. It's treacherous. But the Hindus, we've been kachumbered. Pathans have destroyed, Afghanis, Pathans have destroyed you. Destroyed the rich spirituality. Someone comes and says, the stereotype gurus hain, ye hain, wo hain. Someone comes and says, mad gurus bhi hain, shunya bhi hai. This is how they're going to play around. They won't let you rest. So, Army Nawabi, who changed Iran or something like this, has the privilege to say, if I'm going to get angry, I'm going to tell the Muslim that, as a politician also, I'm going to say it. Because वो खर दिमाग है ना, Irani Pathan, that I'm not going to leave the Muslim now who comes here and says to me things. Today, at this moment, I might not leave you. So enough is enough for me. You see, if Armin Nawabi, you atheists understand his psychology, let it be he's abusing a woman, that's okay. This means that I have a cognitive dissonance if Abdullah Samir thinks so. I can't trust. Why should I trust you? Why should I trust you? That you are a true ex-Muslim. With Armin Nawabi something. against India something. I'm not going to trust you. So these Pathans I don't trust. I bet he's from a Pathan family, his background. How do you know that he's met? पागल बना रहे हैं तुम लोगों को, बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. सकते हैं, हो सकता है. Look, these Pathans and all, Punjabis, they had a very high ambition. इनके जैसे आरामी मैंने दुनिया में नहीं देखे हैं पठान. It's terrible. Okay, I will continue later.